and welcome to the Crawford County Commissioners Work Session for October 2nd. Commissioner Shell is on vacation today, so we'll start with the juvenile probation.
Morning, Commissioners.
Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly.
How are you? I'm here to request the purchase of two point-blank B2 Level 2 concealable bulletproof vests. For each one is $671.50 for a total of $1,343 to replace two other probation officers' vests, and then a half of it would be refunded through the bulletproof program through the Department of Justice.
Okay. Any questions for Holly?
No.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
The correctional facility.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Ward.
This morning I have two items. Item A is ratify the invoice from McCandless Ford for repairs to the 2020 Ford Explorer Hybrid. Cost of the repairs was $739.71.
Okay.
Secondly, approve the payment of $2,475 for the initial deposit to cut and construct a door opening to expand the medical department. The expansion is to accommodate the MAT program.
All right.
Okay. Any questions for Jack? Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
The chief assessor.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Hi,
Morning,
Joe.
I come to you this morning with a tax refund that ordered by the court on Northwest Savings Bank located at 999 South Main Street, Neville, Pennsylvania, in the amount of $5,332.54, and I believe you should have spreadsheets attributing that.
Any questions for Joe? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
You
you.
want to present for the courts first?
Sure. This will be to the approval of a 5-year agreement with Pitney Bowes for postage machine at the MDJ Titusville office for $58.95 a month to be billed quarterly.
Okay. The public safety director.
My, but he is dapper today.
Thank you. I heard you were going to be here, so I want to dress up. We're asking to approve the intergovernmental long-term lease agreement with Westmead Township for space on our county-owned communications tower located at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
This had been every year we were renewing this, and we made it 5 years
5 years.
without a renewal.
Good.
You need to ask for your promulgation of the updated Crawford County Emergency Operations Plan. And we're getting some work done on Greason Road now, finally. We've
Okay.
got to that point. We're asking you to approve the agreement with Mobilcom for final clearing and preparation of the tower project at a cost of $7,592.
Okay.
We're also asking for a separate approval on site grading at the Greason Road Tower project at a cost of $20,640. And finally, approve the work agreement with Mobilcom for trenching and installation of 4-inch conduit for the electrical service out there at a cost of $20,800. I will tell you this, that by doing it through him, the first quote we got from a local construction company for those 3 projects plus fencing and concrete was $200,000. By doing it this way, we're saving about $100,000 off of that.
He's in essence acting as the
General
contractor,
more or
right?
less.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
and he has guys doing work for him at another tower site, and was able to just leverage that.
Seems like it's the only way that's going to get done.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, and it's
Okay.
simply also saving us a good deal of money too
Yeah.
by.
Well, tell Eric thank you.
Yeah.
And finally, we're just approved the purchase of 3 CAD computer docks for the backup site at a cost of $599.43.
Okay. Any questions for Greg?
Thank
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for doing the tour today. County maintenance.
you. Morning, Mark.
Asking approval to pay Brian Noah for professional services for the month of September 2024 for $850.50.
Okay.
Asking approval to pay Toby Carg services to repair an outdoor air humidity sensor at the Judicial Center for $997.
Any questions for Mark? Thank you, Mark. Planning.
Morning, Commissioners.
Hey, Zach.
Morning, Zach.
Going to keep it short this morning.
I see that.
The first item is a request for payment for Vogue Heating and Cooling for reimbursements on their whole home construction industry workforce program paid out of whole home. It's for $1,216. We're also asking for approval to pay an invoice from Porter Consulting Engineers in the amount of $1,291.86. This is for the Heidi Cooper Park project, and it's paid for out of the Community Development Block Grant
Okay.
COVID funds. And then the last item is the reimbursement or payment of an invoice for LSSE for $1,850. This is for engineering services with the Conneautville Stormwater Project. It is paid for out of the 2020 CDBG fund and has gone out to bid and received award.
Is that their dam
under-
project?
It's not their dam
Not the
project.
dam project,
That
is
is a stormwater project,
Okay.
running new stormwater lines.
Okay.
The current lines are like, we'll say 6 inches, and
Okay.
they need to upgrade them to 8 to 10 inches. And so it's upgrading an entire section, starting from roughly around where the medical facility is, going the whole way to the train tracks.
Okay.
Right?
But the
that
dam project,
came
you
in
kind
under
of helped with
budget.
that too, right?
What's that?
The dam project, you guys helped them with something? Or
We had previously been
Okay.
working with them. I don't know the status of it because the borough was taking that on themselves.
Okay.
For informational purposes, and it's not on here because it just closed yesterday, but the mini grant program received 20 applications for the first round. We're seeking a total of over $212,000.
Excellent, thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, John.
thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Human Services.
Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. All right, I am requesting approval for the contract to the Corey Area School District. These transportation procedures and agreements agree that Corey School District and CYS work together to design a location transportation plan for children in foster care.
Okay.
I'm requesting approval of payment from Crawford County to Crawford County Human Services for the purchase of a 2017 Ford Escape for the JPL office. The total cost is $10,128.
Okay,
Requesting approval for the purchase rec to Keymark for the support and maintenance agreement for our on-base digital filing system. The total cost is $16,156.50. The cost to the county is $2,399.
okay,
Requesting approval for the purchase rec to Linstar Inc. for the repair to the crash bar to the back door from the pod area to the loading dock. The total cost is $4,669.50. The cost to the county is $697.42.
what exactly is that? It,
So what happens is, you know when you have a door and you push
like
in?
emerging, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
I think it's the sticking. It's sticking, so when it closes, it actually doesn't latch.
okay.
I can't tell you why
And that's
it
a
costs
badge
that
to
much.
door?
Yeah,
Good
it's a badge
Lord.
door.
Okay,
And
Yeah.
so what happens is when it closes, it doesn't latch, so anybody can open
I
it
see.
from either side, and you actually have to push the bar again to cause it
Right.
to.
But it's not their landlord's door.
Well, it is a landlord's door, but the issue is because of Linstar.
okay. Is it alarmed? So if it doesn't latch, but like our side doors in this building, it doesn't, there's
There's
no
no
audible
alarm.
warning of any sort?
Nope, there's no.
Okay.
You have to actually be cautious, and you have to hear if it's locking.
Is this
Right.
the door into the hallway
Yeah.
that never shuts all the way?
It's the one for the loading where the motorized vehicles and people walk for transportation.
Yeah, so is that not the landlord's door?
So yes, it is the landlord's door, but what I'm being told is that the issue isn't the door, the issue is because of
mechanism
Linstar.
that's-
There's a
yes.
mechanism, yeah.
Okay.
We can get more information for
Well,
you.
I'm
if
familiar
you'd
with the
like
door
it.
because I know there's a sign on it that says make sure you pull, right? Pull it
The
shut, but
analog
I'm just
way of
confused how the crash bar is not the landlord's responsibility.
So we contacted both of them, from my understanding, and EPA is saying it's not their issue, Linstar is saying it's, right, like, they're the ones that have to fix it, and they're the ones that are. But I can't tell you specifically why and like what specific components of that door are because of Linstar. But I can find out.
Okay, we'll talk about it later today. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Requesting approval for the purchase rec to McCainless Ford for repairs to the power steering of car 33. The total cost is $1,910.69. The cost to the county is $360.15.
Okay,
Requesting approval for a mental health IDEI contract for fiscal year 24-25 with the Achievement Center of LECOM Health for family-based services. The family-based mental health is an MA billable state match rate decreased from $12.36 for 15 minutes to $12.09 for 15 minutes on October 1st. The rate, which is determined by the federal government, changes at the beginning of every federal fiscal year.
okay.
So it's
We are-
going down by a penny for 15 minutes, I see.
What, like 20?
It's kind of clever.
14,
The
something like
county
that.
share, yeah, yeah.
Oh, the county share, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
1 penny
really-
per 15 minutes, thanks, yeah.
Yes. but it's a penny.
I'll pay for the door.
You'll pay for the door. Yeah.
Many years later. Okay, anyway. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Family Services and Children's Aid Society of Venango County for family-based mental health services. This is the exact same thing. It's an MA billable state match rate decreased from $12.36 for 15 minutes to $12.09 for 15 minutes that begins on October 1st. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Sugar Valley Lodge for the enhanced personal care home. We started contracting with this provider last fiscal year due to a mental health consumer who began residing there in August of '23. We now have 2 mental health consumers located in this facility. It is $25 per day. The cost to the county is $1.33 per day. There is a $5 increase based upon prior last year. So for the next section, all of these contract rates remain the same. Do you want me to break them up by department?
Nope, okay.
Just go down?
No, you just go down from here.
Okay, so all of these are the same rates for prior year contracts for fiscal year 24-25. We have Blended Spirits Ranch Equine Assisted Therapy. We have Child First Family Services and these are the CYSJPL. For mental health ID and EI contracts, the rates again remain the same. It's Community Rising Therapy, Next Step Therapy, Northwest Tri-County Immediate Unit 5, and United Community Independence Program. We then have same rates for our professional contracts for L-Free Pediatric Physical Therapy, Ashley Mars, Maria Yvonne M. Norman, Sand Speech Therapy, Sonia Ekstrom, and Therapy House LLC.
Any questions for Kelly? Thank you.
Thank you.
Finance,
Good morning.
morning.
Howdy.
For your approval, I have the following invoices. The first is to Svets Energy Services. It's invoice number 096824. It's the fourth quarter 2024 energy procurement in the amount of $1,714. The second is to Women's Services. It's their 2024 budgeted allocation in the amount of $10,000.
Okay,
For your ratification, I have one invoice. It is to P-CHIP. It's invoice number 187361-0. It's our October 2024 health insurance premium in the amount of $651,067.96.
any questions for Stephanie? Apparently Gina
Thank
decided to have the longest list of the day. Go ahead.
Sorts of
Okay,
things going on.
I have many notifications. The first one's an NPDES notification from Station 4 Firehouse Grill for reissuance of sewage permit to allow the discharge of treated sewage to surface waters in East Fairfield Township. A PADEP notification regarding a replacement project of a structure over French Creek on State Route 1015 to replace 2 existing corrugated metal pipes with a box culvert in Cuswago Township. A PADEP notification for replacement project of a structure over French Creek on State Route 1007 to replace 2 existing corrugated metal pipes with a box culvert in Bloomfield and Rockdale Township. PADEP notification from Reflections on Conneaut for a sewage facilities planning module for proposed residential development in Salisbury Township. PADEP notification from Electrotech Inc. for air quality permit in the city of Meadville. A water quality permit notification from Parker Lord in Sagertown to allow industrial wastewater discharge in the borough of Sagertown. Chapter 105 permit notification from Porter Consulting for maintenance of water obstruction and encroachments for construction of a land pier stabilization wall to repair and replace an existing deteriorated wall at Conneaut Lake in Salisbury Township. Chapter 102 permit notification from Mid-Atlantic Interstate Transmission to remove and replace existing utility structures within their existing right-of-way with stormwater discharge to tributaries to Hogback Run and Pine Hollow Run in Greenwood Township. Chapter 102 permit notification from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 1319, for clearing of a wooded area for construction of a private roadway, utility poles, electrical lines, and a concrete pad with surface waters receiving stormwater discharge to unnamed tributaries in French Creek and Vernon Township. A Chapter 102 permit notification from TRC Companies for construction of a solar power generation facility with associated infrastructure and surface waters receiving stormwater discharge in unnamed tributaries to Muddy Creek in Richmond Township. A Chapter 102 permit notification from PTV 1404 LLC to construct a 10,640 square foot commercial retail store along with parking and other amenities in Centerville Borough. Notification from James S. Ricken Environmental Consulting for reissuance of the Gray Iron Foundry air operating permit for advanced cast products in the city of Meadville. And finally, a Chapter 102 permit notification from Meadville Flat Glass for Amendment 2 of the plant expansion NPDES permit with stormwater discharge to surface waters of unnamed tributaries to Williams Run in Greenwood Township.
Thank you. Any questions for Dina? Okay. Upcoming events, the full session is October 9th.
Sir, yeah, we did have a,
Oh,
Yeah, there was.
I'm sorry, Keith.
I'm sorry, I couldn't pay your attention before we move on. There was one item that Christine and I had requested on the agenda for today that inadvertently looks like it didn't make it.
What is the item?
It was a quick claim deed for a parcel in Spring Township
Okay.
to the monastery of the Most Holy Mother of God of the Diocese of Eastern America of the SOC, which.
Do you have the parcel number?
sounds,
Does you have a parcel number, Keith, there?
Yes.
I'll just use that.
sounds like the sort of thing we should probably do.
Christine, I'm right, it was supposed to be today, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Parcel number 5101-018 331-H-332H without a dash in between.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, if it's in order, I will move to amend the agenda to include this item.
Did you want to say the whole long name of the?
I do not.
No, okay.
I do not.
Okay, I'll
As a
second.
matter of record.
I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll add it to the agenda. So.
Okay, so this is a bid that came into Christine's office from this entity that I just mentioned. They actually own all the properties surrounding this. These are two lots basically in the middle of a field, and they own all the lots surrounding it.
What was the location again, Keith? I'm
In
sorry.
Spring Township.
Okay.
Um,
This is the Serbian Orthodox.
the
Yes,
former
okay.
Serbian Orthodox. They got
Okay.
name change, but
I see.
That's who it is, right?
Very, okay, familiar with that.
They made a bid for $800, I think it was. Yeah, $800.
Okay.
And I'm handling this as a quick claim deed from the Board of Commissioners rather than doing it as a tax claim bureau deed because
Okay.
these properties have been county held since 1957. The former owner had had them since 1929. And there was no deed recorded when they became county held. The assessment record simply says on it,
Ours
deed
now, yeah.
prepared for request of treasurer or something like that.
Okay.
So because this didn't appear to come into the county health status through the normal tax claim bureau real estate tax sale law process, I thought I'd rather do this as a quick claim deed from the commissioners to them, and they seem satisfied with that. So,
Okay.
so in exchange for the county's gonna get $800, so we're gonna get rid of an old property that's been sitting on the books for a long time.
That's a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No objections.
Very interesting. So the next upcoming events are the full session October 9th, next work session October 16th. Any public comment? Commissioner comments, Commissioner Seeley.
All right, just extend the board's welcome, for we have a lot of state dignitaries in the county this week. First off, we have, of course, Superior Court Judges King, McLaughlin, and Murray that are hearing oral arguments, I believe, next door as we speak. We just want to welcome them to Crawford and wish them well as they're staying. And the Farmland Preservation Bureau State Director is in town as well today, and we'll be meeting with our Conservation District staff to discuss that program. So it's a busy week for us here in Crawford.
Thank you. And I'll follow up with Keith. I know he'll be here now. The Board of Commissioners, continuing to fight the issue with rural broadband, did agree to purchase an additional number of Starlink units. We've been very successful with those. We have another 20 Starlink units that we're purchasing. One, the great thing, the price is $299 and not $599. Two, we have 14 of those spots taken. We still have 4 to 6 to go. A couple tax collectors are going to take advantage of it, which is great because Christine got some online software. One of the barriers of the online software was they didn't have any good internet access.
online
So,
part.
yeah, the online part. So we have about 4 spots. If anybody is in an area that it has no accessible internet and wants to be part of the program, we actually pay up front for the hardware. We pay a portion of your monthly fees. It's not a cheap date, but I will tell you that we are at 98% satisfaction rate for Starlink. People love it. We have had very few complaints. It's fast, it's quick, and it does everything you need to do for remote workers. With that being said, we did find out from Deb Frawley, who's been working with our broadband discussions, that we are number 2 in the state. And that always sounds good when you're number 2 in the state for the most underserved or non-served households for broadband. So the state of Pennsylvania last time, through the Broadband Authority, what they give their authority, decided not to fund our project. Now we're working on another project with multiple counties to do a similar thing. Also, who knows if the state wants to do it, but if we want any justification for it, we are actually number 2 for the most underserved areas of broadband. We have 5,200 residents and some change who either don't have an opportunity to have broadband, or it's so bad it's dial-up or something from ICQ
I
ages
believe
or
only
something.
Somerset County.
Yeah,
has more
Somerset
than
County
us.
is number
Yes.
1, so those commissioners can hold the trophy, I guess, high for another year, but it's not even close to some of these places. So if you hear more conversation, it's because we're doing that. But Christine has given us 3, I think there's 3 that's doing it now, and we have about 4 spots left. If somebody knows somebody out in rural Crawford County, it's a good opportunity to at least get the hardware installed. It's very simple to use, and we'll certainly follow through. If no other business, we will see you next week.
All right.
Thank you.